Okay. We will do two more things. I will run you through the activities that are about to happen in the following 8 months. Okay. The milestone is, milestone will be Czech campus in Prague. So we will stop there. Although we have to discuss certain issues and things that we are going to do in Prague, and Jan has to have right, more or less precise coordinations in order to prepare what is considered to be the most important event of this project. Okay? Everything what we do goes in that direction, and what we learn and try to do in Prague will lead us in our following activities. That is a very important point. Creation partners, please. Okay, good. Yes. Yeah, there it is for you.
Thank you.
In our school?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Maria, please. Shh. This is our readers group in our school. We started our activities 214, still running with more or less interest, much more than from the beginning. But this was a milestone or 0 point of all our activities. And maybe the first moment of, or first ideas from this project started right here. So I'm pointing it out just to, in order to trace some origins of this project. At this point it became quite clear to me that the problem exists, yeah? And that it is obvious that we have to do something about it. But actually, this is where everything started a year ago. What we were doing here, I'm not quite sure. There are some photos with these strange people with some stickers on their foreheads. But if you remember some familiar faces, I believe you do. I think Maria is somewhere here in the background. And Letizia, you remember Letizia? Also from Italy? Yes. Nice. Nice. This is you, Eva, isn't it? Oh, here. Is this? Yeah? This is you? Okay. So we met a year ago, and I'm very happy that you're still here, and we will do some things. First block of our activities. You already had the chance to be a little bit familiar with them. When you were signing your contracts, you receive a so-called table of your activities. It's the same thing. If you want me, I can show them here just to get the picture together. Just a moment, I think that I got the links in a second. Just a moment, Yeah, okay. Sorry. Work package and project timetable. Sorry. Irena računovodstvo. Češ ti? Accountant. Molim Irena. Okay, our Italian partners, you missed to put a bank account in your contract. So our accountant cannot pay you any money because there are no contract details. So, okay, Irena, riješit ćemo pa dobit ćete informaciju. Halo. Halo. Okay. Okay. Yes. It wasn't for me, I'm glad.
You are the coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't my fault. Did you? Okay. It's one of the last, yes, no account. Okay, you will fill it. Okay, this is a granted list of work package, okay, saying who is doing what, how many days a certain activity needs to be fulfilled, and of course the numbers are not realistic because you will work much more. But while we were calculating it, when you are putting the money into days according to a budget, this is the maximum stretch we could accomplish. Okay, so maybe it is not realistic, but you will know very soon how many days you will need to spend money-wise, okay? But probably you will work more, yeah? My advice to you is following. Don't pay last penny immediately to your colleagues or anyone else. Yeah, don't do anything for free. When you will give the money according to your, how do you say honorar?
Yeah, I understand.
You do, but the others. Pay according to this list. Okay, in this month, according to project timetable and the sheets, I am allowed to pay you 10 days. You, Jan, or your team colleagues. Okay? Don't give them in front, not because they will not fulfill their obligations, but maybe in the middle of a project, you will find yourself, you don't have more money. Mm-hmm. Okay? You cannot write direct to anything else or any other budget category because you already paid off everything. Okay? Project can be in crisis. In the middle of a project, you can find yourself in money crisis. Okay? When you will be doing the payments, it would be the best way to follow this dynamic according to this table. It's up to budget, and it will assure you that you will have enough money until the end of a project. You understand what I'm saying? Huh, Maria? So, don't do it up in front. Just follow the table. Okay? For this activity, if you have, for example, Italy, if you have 4 days, 10 days, 6 days, for example, for curriculum you have 10 days. Yeah? That is recalculated in your day allowance, 200 and I don't know how many euros, times 10 days. That is the amount you are about to have for that particular activity. Okay? So, what you see here actually is this, according to our first 8 months project of this project. So I will run you through these. Sorry again. Yeah. To this first period, which will stop at the Praha campus.
Treba netko poslati broj na školsku mail adresu, da nam pošalju dok su im ljudi u školi.
Dok su kod na školi?
Kod njih dok su u školi.
Aha, okej.
Da oni mogu vratiti potpisan ugovor, ispravan. Češ im to reći?
Sada?
Da.
Okay, Maria, would you like another intermezzo? Sorry. While your people are still in school, while your headmistress and accountancy is still in school, would you like to contact them? So they left tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Fine. No, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry.
Other contract is okay. Your contact, okay, numbers, etc.
Okay, tomorrow. So, to be quite clear, according to our first activity, here is our project timetable. So it is spread to 24 months period. Okay, and each activity has his time. Help me. Yes, duration. Thank you very much. First activity, I will explain what will you be doing later on. It's called case study. What we are doing here, we are here in the first phase, actually at the end of 10th month now. And this will last till the end of 11th month. And then it stops. Okay? We will come back to this activity during the last phase of our project. Okay. What we are doing now, we'll make a 0 point or initial starting point for something that we will finish during the last 3 months period. Okay? What we are doing now is following. Research and report on reading promotion for reluctant, struggling and poor readers aged 15 to 18. You will have to do these activities. By country, some of you already did that. We need statistics, we need researches, if there are any in your country. We need any trace that can lead us to certain initiatives. You have to write a kind of research piece of work, okay? Scanning what is happening within your countries. This is the first part. That means a state of the art by country. Critical review, of course, we expect your own opinion. It doesn't have to be a personal opinion, it can be something that your Ministry of Education suggests. Okay? So you need to connect with them, maybe, or any kind of roof institutions within your country. And you will, of course, present a report on your activities. Following, which is very important, is you need to, within your school, you have to establish working groups, if you didn't already do that. Yeah? You need to find associates that they agree to work with you. This is part of that risk management area. Why? If you are about to force someone to come and work with you is not very good. Yeah? If you will get someone who doesn't understand really what does it mean, this won't be good either. Okay? You are about, or at least try to find someone who has eagerness to work and who will contribute in the right manner, so that we can really get the right product from this project. Otherwise, you have a risk situation for the project, okay? Or bad product, which will return to us again as a boomerang, okay? And final consequences, we will not get the money. Good? It goes that far. Ideal would be 5. Ideal. Someone has to be part of steering committee. Someone has to check the quality. At least 3 people for intellectual results. And plus administration, which is part of financial things, processes, administration. Well, you would need 5 to 6 people. Okay, that would be an ideal situation. It is always a problematic thing, but when projects are breaking down, they're usually paper is good. I mean, it can suffer many things. You can write brilliant ideas on a paper, but finally they break down, especially and usually because of people working on those projects. Yeah, that is a breaking point. So I have to warn you about that. We had to, developing a guideline tool for implementation of a survey is something we don't need at this point. Why? Because we already produced a questionnaire form. Okay? You have to implement that questionnaire within your schools, and also the main purpose on that letter of intent I've sent to you is following. Not only your school. It would be ideal if you include all pupils in your school. But the second letter is saying that your principals should spread and disseminate and try to implement that questionnaire form further. Maybe area, state, I don't believe, we cannot manage, but the more it would be, the better pattern, or we can state that our case study is based on wide results. Okay, so try to do it until the end of November. Okay, your principles are also very important in this part. Okay. You can contact also someone who would contribute on a level of state, like Agency for Education in your countries, or Ministry of Education or Culture as well. You're supposed to approach them as well. Good. You don't have to worry about collecting a survey data. Why? Because it is in Google form. Helena will say something about that later on. So it is generated automatically. Okay, you don't have to sit and count how many answers, this or that. It's only important that they fill it up. Masha. Šta? You have to go? Oh. Okay. Yeah, me and you. Bye. When we get the results of your and ours questionnaire form, we will prepare a combining status report. That's the last phase of this. And then we put it on the ice for a certain period of time until the end of our project will come for the last, let's say, 3 or 4 months. Then we will have to go on that case study and really write it down. Okay? according to changes, suggestions, recommendations. First part with our data that we collected during this questionnaire form. Of course, you will have to do much of a research on your own. Okay, consult any study or piece of work that is referring to this subject, and try to incorporate it in your case, part of the case study. Okay. Psychologists are very important for this. So it is recommendable, like in our school, that a part of your working team or group should be one person that has a know-how of these processes on a level of psychology. Okay? Because this project has much to do with the motivation and self-confidence of the pupils. That is one of the main reasons why they are not reading or stop reading, to be more precise, because they are losing their self-confidence. When you read something you don't understand, after a certain period of time, you will not read it anymore. But that cuts them away from many things. Especially, you will get everything on a Google Drive. You don't have to. Yeah. Ah, come on. After lunch, no. They feel they don't belong anymore. If you lose language expression, you're losing a big part of yourself. You cannot express at any subject anymore, okay? Even if it is mathematics, okay? She's our principal, she's a mathematician, okay? You are losing that self-confidence, and you're cutting yourself out from many other areas of potential success. That is the main point. So my strong suggestion is that you include someone who is, every school has a psychologist. Do you? Okay. In your school exists one? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Is he going to be cooperative?
I'm afraid to ask her.
So it's the same thing everywhere. I didn't ask you. I sent you an email saying you are in the project.
Try.
Please do. Maybe Maria can write a letter too, as a colleague to colleague, okay? Yes, so they can share the results. That is a good thing.
She doesn't speak English.
You will translate. You understand? Maybe your psychology people can connect with Maria, so they can share this common issue and the common language. Okay? Because it is a language of science, other type of science than ours. Okay? They will understand each other much better.
Also in Czech and Croatian,
yeah.
they don't have to talk in English.
Okay? Because we are going to measure something. And they can measure, we cannot. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to do your best. So, this is why I've called this a case study phase 1. Because there will be a phase 2.
And because when will be responsible for this case study? Because at the beginning you showed us a slide with different
yes. You just have to, in terms of responsibility, you are
coordinator of this part of the project.
Yes, in a way you have to support it and check everything. I will check above you, but you especially will take care of this part.
So at the beginning, this survey that should be carried out nationwide.
Yes.
If it's possible.
If it's possible, yes.
If possible. And soon after this survey, we should produce this questionnaire.
I did. You already have it.
Ah, so the questionnaire form is
Yes.
related
Yes.
to the
Yes.
survey. Oh, okay.
Okay. There is a very important part of this survey which will take part somewhere after after our meeting in Italy, which will require a pilot version. When we get our results, okay, now I'm going much further. When we get our result, when we establish new methods, when we agree upon a certain new ways to work with these pupils, every one of you, including us, will have to conduct a certain probation, piloting. You understand what am I right, Silva? Okay. And try that really in your schools with one class, two classes, whatever you decide. And that results will show us that they will show us a lot. We can include them then in, plus this phase 1, we can include them in our case study. Okay? So there are several steps of this activity. It's not the only one. Okay, now 3 months, we've done it, let's go further. This will come after certain milestones of our project. Okay? This is very important. In our timetable, it is somewhere here. Is it right? Yes, it is. Okay, this activity, selection of stories, will last for 3-month period. What are you supposed to do in this part? You need your team, not psychologists, not anymore, but you need your colleagues to sit down and try to pick or choose 10 engaging stories. They do not have to be big ones. You remember the ones we did in Cheltenham? Hemingway, Qureshi, what else was it? Isaac Asimov. We did the short stories. Okay, so you can incorporate those stories as well. But of course you can pick something which concerns of your national literature. That would be good. But as project is referring to the migrant situation, it is necessity to include some stories or any team that would reflect on this. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
All the stories will be in our national languages.
Sorry?
All the stories will be in our national languages.
No.
Also in English.
No. They have to be only, even if they are your national writers. They need to be translated in English. Why? So everyone, when I come to Prague with my pupils, they have to be able to read.
Yeah, all right.
In a workshop.
Yeah, in the workshop. But I thought in the end, when I choose,
they should be.
The handbook, maybe.
Yes, yeah, they should be, because they will have to be put on our website and on the platform. And they need to be approachable to anyone who is reading. So that will be one of criteria. You should pick those writers that are already translated. If not, you will have to translate them by yourself.
How should I do it with copyright? Because
I don't know.
that's a big question. Because I think we will have to pay for the rights to publish and to use it.
Okay, do not, try to, please see if there are any already written or translated in English. Okay? To English, sorry.
No, sorry.
Yes, yes. Try to do it from that side, not, okay, Jan is going to translate Hemingway.
No, of course not.
Of course, me neither. But if they exist already, try to connect with the publishers and see what is on the market.
Because we should should be careful about that.
Yes.
If we publish something and we don't have rights.
Yes, yes, yes. Take care. That could be a big problem.
It happened in our school now. We used one picture downloaded from Google on our website, and in a few days
they called you.
We got an email and that we had to pay a few thousand crowns for every day using this picture. So
in Google.
Yes, just download it from Google, a random picture. It was our license.
And I wanted to put...
yeah, it's really
yes,
a problem.
Yes, that can be a problem.
So,
I have a content development, so you will see what does it mean, what criteria you should include, okay? We'll see about that later on. So, you have 3 months time to pick 10 stories, okay? You're not going to take all of them in Prague, because we have 8 days, and there are 20 of us. So actually 8 days will last our workshop and 2 days for travel. That is 10 days of our adventure, okay? But for 8 days, 20 pupils with their mentors will work on your stories and on the new methods. So maybe it would be the best if we can, you can choose bigger literature, I can't speak, I'm losing the power of speaking, sorry. Yes, I am. It should be better if we bring with ourselves to Prague shorter stories, shorter, but on the web page and as a result of a project you will choose a bigger literature things, pieces, whatever. More popular, whatever. Okay? No, we shouldn't have the same stories. We have to take care of it. We have to discuss tonight.
So we can put the list on Google Drive.
Yes, yes. Before you cement it, you just we have to exchange the stories to see if we are overlapping. We shouldn't be overlapping. Okay?
Sorry, to interrupt you. So we can include, as regards in terms of working groups, we can include Italian teachers.
Yes.
As regards, okay, problem.
National authors. Yes.
National authors, but we should check if there is an English version.
Translation. Yes.
Okay, English translation.
So you can apply.
So we can also choose stories. I mean,
from other authors or worldwide. Okay, they can be from anywhere as long as they are translated to in English.
And to carry out our activities in English.
Yes.
Yes. Can we use as well excerpts?
Sorry?
Stories, but excerpts, like short extracts from books, or just
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe we can. I think we can.
choose from some of the bigger novels.
We can discuss that. I think we could use extracts.
Okay, just
from
one more question.
who is it? We can discuss that tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Template document for selected stories. This is what we are going to do. Okay, we will provide you with a template. Provide report, of course. You write a report on selected stories. This is where we have to see and that we are not overlapping, and you write down a certain report. Okay, content development. You will have to take care of bearing in mind such a criteria. Stories will be appropriate for the target group of readers. That means that you will probably pick or choose stories that would not probably be yours first choice. Because what we are searching for are motivated texts. And they are reading a Metro 2000 and something, okay? Yeah? Of course we can pick Asimov or we can pick Hemingway, but yes?
Can I ask you something now? I'm not...
Please.
Came to my mind. When you're choosing these stories, do they have to be authentic, or are you allowed to use adapted readers, for example?
Authentic.
They have to be.
They have to be authentic.
Okay. So how are they going to read Hemingway if
It's a short story.
In English.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to have high-level English.
Well, yes. Or they can prepare. They can prepare.
They have to be
Yeah. They can be prepared before they come to campus.
Yeah, of course. So
Yeah? Not to meet these texts for the first time, not prima vista, just try to prepare them or let them take the time to read them. They're not going to read 10 novels, they're going to read only 3.
Only 3 out of 10.
Yes. Yours. Okay? So, they have to be appropriate for the target group. The target group, we agreed, it's 15 to 18. Okay. Stories will reflect a reader's interests. So, they have to reflect their interest. If you remember that long text from the beginning, I was reading to you, they're losing interest in reading because it does not meet their real interest, life, whatever. Okay. That they cannot find any connection to their real problems. They will be highly motivational. That means that you will probably pick something which has to do with sci-fi or fantasy. They adore fantasy, okay? Or themes like that has to do something with their growing up, you know. Theme for youngsters, not for us. No cultural education, but what interests them, okay? Of course, ethos is very important. Those stories should have that kind of value or some kind of message or whatever the literacy usually brings to our readers. Okay. They will reflect current political or historical moment. You don't have to, but it can be included. Some of selected stories will refer to actual migrant situation. You could try to find maybe with the contemporary authors, especially in Italy, you are exposed right now to that situation much more than any one of us. Maybe we can find texts like that one. Yeah. The only thing I have in mind is Qureshi, but maybe there are some other authors.
So at least 1 out of 3 stories.
Yes, it should be. If not, okay. We have what we have. Yeah, try to find one. Guided by the principle of inclusion, they will promote understanding of cultural diversities and heritage. That is clear. Is it? They will bear in mind national curricula, not necessarily. Okay, I had to write this down because of evaluators of project, but no, it's not really important. This is what we are trying to avoid, actually. So, okay. You will cut this out from the tape. The recommendations and the report emerged from the survey results. So you have to respect what they filled in the survey. You will find the questions, what do they read the most? So that can be a quite relevant guidance for your choice. Yeah? The current availability of the text in different formats, there is no need for printed books. Okay? They can be available on in different medias, different languages, of course, national or English. Possible adaptations and their internet links, this was your question.
Yeah, that was my
yes.
question.
It is, I didn't quite get you immediately, quite from the beginning.
I did not manage to explain, because we have, like in English, I don't know, many years ago I worked on a project where the ministry brought about an idea of introducing reading in English. And then we used the adapted readers. I have lesson format for George Orwell, for Huxley, and so on.
Excellent.
We have these adapted readers in our library, right? you have from pre-intermediate, intermediate, yeah, and that's what I was thinking about the fact that depending on your students at the age of 17, you have high level, but if you have to have a lower, age level, then they cannot read authentic texts.
Good.
In English.
But adaptations.
Yeah, but adaptations. These are books that have been adapted to the English
level.
level.
That's a good point. I think that is very good.
We can use this.
We can use this.
Of course, yeah.
We will use this.
You have so many classic, you have film stories, Seven, and so on. You have so many titles where they are highly motivating.
Yes, but this can take only one part.
Yes.
Okay, not all texts are supposed to, because that maybe that can be.
Not for the project, but
yes.
for example, for the children at the age of 15.
Okay, we can use adaptation, but put a high level, or all the readers we can put them in with the authentic text. This is good idea. Thank you, Silva. Very good.
Can we write the stories ourselves?
Sorry?
Can we write the stories ourselves?
Like write from your creative. I don't think so.
Or my colleague will write the story.
Is she a writer?
Yes.
Okay. Published. We can consider that published. Is she published?
I don't think that with stories, but she's a journalist. So.
If she can fulfill these criteria, you can include her text.
Yeah, but if the story is good, why not?
If the story is good, why not?
Yeah.
It's not an issue of authors, but a reading process.
So maybe the steering committee can evaluate the story.
Yes. Approved. Yes. Okay. Now we are somewhere here. This is a second output, or a second intellectual result of our project. We have to conduct research in field of specific activities and teaching methods. Here you are on your own. I cannot suggest you anything. You have to propose what you think that would motivate, what kind of new methodology or new activity, structure within a class, what would, you need to be very open-minded. You are not supposed to lean on methods that are being already applied, but okay, you can start from them. But whatever you feel inside yourself that works for your children, especially you, Jan, you are probably in the area of creativity much better than any other teacher. What you feel that they can can motivate them for reading, you can suggest here at this point. Okay? We are in an experimentation area. Okay? We've been approved for that, so don't be afraid. Okay? Anything which is avant-garde, it's acceptable here. Read numerous articles, initiatives, research in order to gather information. Again, you have to do much research. Visiting schools in area and country, meet target groups. So you have to go a little bit outside your garden. Okay? Visit others and disseminate. Okay? With others. Okay. Acquire, yes?
No, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
So while implementing, we should disseminate.
Yes. Always.
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 I thought that the dissemination could be devoted to the last part of the project. On the contrary, we should disseminate and at the same time...
Dissemination started at 1st of September. And will end not on 31st of August.
No, even later.
Even later, because project has to have multiple effects and impacts.
Knock-on effect.
After his real post-mortem time, okay? Yes. You have to disseminate much longer. Okay? Not at the 31st of August, but for a longer period. If you will be disseminating for a longer period, maybe we can continue this project and write another one. Okay? This means dissemination. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you need to disseminate. Of course, document it. Yeah? You don't have to necessarily spend the money for dissemination, but you have to continuously disseminate during a project lifetime, all the time, in every situation.
Stating what we are doing,
yes.
what we are achieving, something like that.
Yes. Acquire, concentrate, summarize information from the field work. So you'll have to do a little bit of field work. Develop, it doesn't have to be you. It can be your principal or his daughter. Develop a guideline tool. Submit report. Okay. Of course, this is a kind of overlapping activity, but you have to now you have to step in front and bring the results or conclusions which are we going to apply in FRAG. Derivation of best practices and guidelines for reading promotion and motivation. Developing guidelines and ideas for incorporating selecting material text together with actual classroom activities. Okay, now you have to glue it. Your text with actual usual curriculum activity. When you step into your class, hello children, today we are going to blah blah blah, please do this, please you do that. And you have to write down the structure, lesson structure, which we all know how to do. Only this time with the different activities, not the usual one. Combining report proposing possible adjustments, frameworks, guidelines, criteria in order to collect, collate and codify collecting guidance and ideas. This has to do much of writing down. Template to collect the best practices, ideas on motivation. And we will, of course, all the time we'll have running online discussion. Okay? This will be a very intensive period of our project, because we have to exchange the ideas. Okay? Not only through emails, but probably via Skype or much more conferences and much more discussions in live. Proposing new guidelines, ideas for implementing selecting motivational stories together with new activities into a single common curriculum. This single common curriculum is referring to our project curriculum. But when the project ends, at the end you will extract what is you consider to be best for your country and for your pupils. Okay? You don't have to go with the stream. You pick whatever is suitable for your kids. Because they are, RSP readers are very coherent group and no single method is working for all of them at the same way, in the same way. Okay? You will have to adjust, adapt to them. Try version. We will try how does it work in life. Yeah? Release the try version, web pages, methodical preparation. We are preparing template for the handbook content. This is much, Aquilonis will lead you. Eva will cooperate with Aquilonis on this activity much, because you are leader of this #2 output. Okay? Prepare promotional, iconographic, and of course as well Aquilonis, promotional activities actively on dissemination. Now you have to disseminate, okay, speed, high speed. Good. Complying all outputs and activities. And here we stop. Okay? curricular analysis, recommendations, development of a single common curriculum. After this, we are starting to doing this this thing. It is number 3, it is not number 2. My mistake, I'll correct it. And here is the time, somewhere end of April, beginning of May, when we are going to move to Prague. Okay? So, this is more or less everything. I felt very strange when I started to write this project. Okay? Meanwhile, I felt like this. Still do. But in the end, I strongly believe that we will all finish doing this. Okay? Would you like to have a discussion point now, or are we going to let Helena do her communication part, and then we will can sit and discuss all issues? What do you think, Helena? Would you like to step in now? Yes, please. Thank you. I'm done. Okay. Okay. You go to teach. Finally, to teach. To teach. Okay. Trebate ovaj bubić. Evo ga.
Mislim da si ja donijela sad upravo tu vodu.
Svježu, da se ne...
Okay, to continue where Jelena left off, in a way, I would just like to emphasize the importance of dissemination. We worked on many projects, and in the part when reports are going through to the national agencies and the European Commission and so on, the main thing that they look at is dissemination, because if you were doing something and you weren't showing it everywhere, it's like either you weren't satisfied with it or you weren't really trying so hard. So we have to worry about this a lot. We'll go through channels of communications, materials exchange, and dissemination channels and materials. First, of course, email. I don't know if you all noticed, this is our group email address. You saw it before. So all of you, I think all of you, are now on this email list. If you still have some of your team members, or you will have team members, that will also be included in our communications, please just send us an email with their email, and we will include it. So every email you write, you don't have to write, I don't know, 20 emails and write them all separately, just write on this one. There is usually no need for some private conversation. You will probably work on some intellectual outputs more, some of you in pairs or something like that. But if everybody is informed about what's happening, it's always the best choice. Also, we had situations where emails disappeared or people weren't active. They just disappeared from the project. They became lazy and they didn't want to do so much. And the communication just stopped and they didn't have the pieces of information, just some team members, for example. So if we have this email address, everything goes through it, everybody is informed about everything. And it's the safest bet, trust me. Skype, We will use Skype for our online meetings. Jelena will determine how much of them we need. So, because we can't meet every week, because we are pretty far apart, Skype is a pretty good channel of communication. I don't know, are you familiar with the program? Yeah, okay. So you can use whatever email address you want. You don't have to put this one from the project, just let your name be familiar so everybody can recognize that it's you. We can do video conferences, or if you don't feel comfortable or something like that, you can just log in with your microphone. I think we were talking about dissemination and about meetings, and we were talking about holding Skype meetings 3-4 times a year or more.
Especially if you count committee meetings and the quality check meetings, and for us that are going to do intellectual outputs as well.
Okay.
It will be much more. I believe that we are talking about different types of meetings.
Yeah.
So
okay. So
that schedule.
The one thing then that I'm asking you, please, each one of you, I believe that not all of your team members will be included in every meeting. So we will send invitations for those meetings, and after we send invitations to you, you please respond with an email containing the addresses that will be active in that specific meeting. Okay. If you have any trouble using Skype, using your address, or something's blocked, or anything at all, there are no stupid questions. Honestly, it's better to ask it when we send an invitation than when the conference is starting, and then it's panic, and then you can't participate, and it's the worst option possible. So don't be afraid. Change. Same thing as with emails, but even worse. A lot of times happened that project was going on for a year and a half, and then people start actively work on everything, and documents go missing, and a lot of important updates and documents disappear, and we will try to avoid this, of course. So, how many of you used Google Drive before? Okay, a bit. Okay. Honestly, I think the using part of the drive isn't that hard. I think the most hard part of this, our Google Disk Drive, is the concept of our folders and subfolders. They are constructed in a way that the project is constructed. So when we were doing this, we were following the application. Everything is logical, but as you saw today, there are many activities, many outputs, many things you have to do. So you will have to just find time to get familiar with it and click through it and click through it, and you will get used to it with time. At first, it might be a bit intimidating, but I promise in a month, it will all be okay. So, I don't know why. You can, just for starters, for those who don't use it that much, you can see. Jelena, this is. Okay, sorry. We'll go here. This is layout, which is. You can choose your layout. It can be like this, or it can be as a list. This is maybe more practical because you see the whole names. This is basic layout that every and each one of you sees. It will stay the same throughout the whole project. So you can see all countries right now, and you can see here instructions and notice board. You are able to see each country. You can go into their folders, you can see what they uploaded, but the only documents, the only folder that you can upload to, download from, edit the documents is your own, from your own country. That's just fair play, let's just put it that way. So somebody else doesn't go into others folder and makes a mistake, and it's not the... Yeah. Okay, so of course the partners are here, as you can see. This one folder, this folder, instructions and notice board, will be used for instructions and this document here is imagined as the main document to write down all the documents that you upload. It might seem a really hard thing to do, and it might annoy you, but once again, when you have, let me just open it. When you have this kind of document, so date, your institution, document's name, and document location, then nobody can say you didn't do something. And after a while, the documents really pile up. They pile up a lot. And when you...
They're supposed to put them in here.
No, just to make a note that...
They did it.
Yeah. Okay. This works on the principle of hyperlink. I don't know if you used it in Word or Excel before. So let me take an example. I will open this document. So I'll just take this address, I'll copy it, and I will paste it here. Okay. This was instructions, and that's it. Just put, that's probably best for you personally, because when you start to look some document that you did a year ago and you were approximately remember the date that you did it, you will just scroll through this and you will have your link right there. It will make things a lot simpler, believe me. With time it will show its use. Okay. Okay, of course, to navigate the documents, as you can see, we were here. Yeah, so write that down and please try to respect it, because if you don't write some document down and then you have it or you search it, you'll think that you lose it, and okay, you get it. So this is the layout that I sent you, if you remember. I don't know how much can I zoom it in, but this is the basic layout of our whole project, whole concept of this. These are countries. I don't know, the graphics are pretty bad, but okay. These are the countries, and every and each country has the same subfolders, general subfolders. Here we have basic documents, instructions and responsibilities. We have expenditure or costs. We have intellectual outputs, learning, teaching, training activities, meetings, reports, and timesheets. I will go through these folders, but I just want you to use this map when you don't know what to put where. It's probably best, because when you see it visually, it's easier that you don't get stressed out with clicking throughout all the folders. And also I opened this to show you this part particularly. Intellectual outputs. We already made this branching, let's call it that way, so that when you go into your intellectual outputs, you have your number one, output one, case study, you have its name. When you open output number one, then you have activities inside that output. A1, research and report, A2, implementation of the survey. Just to show you why am I talking this right now, it's because we also put another useful document here. So if you're following me, I go to intellectual outputs. Here are all of your outputs. Then we go to output number one. These are all the activities that you have. You don't have to update it or put another. That's just the way it is. And the general info folder has this really useful sheet, Excel sheet, which is an extract from your work pack. Okay, so you here containing only the information related to your output.
It's your work rate.
Yeah. So you can see how, when you open this, you will see on output number 1, for example, 10th gymnasium has to spend 12 hours. 12 days, pardon. 12 days, and output 1, activity number 2, 10 days. Most of you have to spend 10 days, and Croatian Education and Teacher Training Agency have to spend, yeah. Okay, so each and every output that you go into, this is the best part to navigate. This is what I use. You can see here the whole pathway where we are. So we go back to the intellectual outputs. Let's go to output number 3, for example. If we open it, your activities are here. And if you want to know how many days you have to spend on every activities, you just go to the general info subfolder. Also, this is the general, as I said, construct or structure of the folders. It's the same at every partner. But if you need some kind of documents that you write for yourself, and notes or short just thoughts on how did you use your work days or working hours, just something that helps you to get around, or something that you want to remember for that specific output, you can put it for yourself in your general info. Okay? Because the purpose here is that all of us have the same general folders and some subfolders, and that it doesn't change a lot. Because in the end, we will have to put it all into one report, and if it's a mess, it's impossible and it can get pretty bad. Okay. I don't know if I want to bore you too much with the content. I think Jelena described all the activities and pretty much. Basic documents, instructions, and responsibilities. For example, here I put our partner information. So if we go to Czech Republic, you need to contact someone from Czech Republic, or you need their basic details. We just set up a basic document like this that we made from the application form, and you can find all about them. The one thing, the one thing that you should do is add your other team members, their emails, so that everybody knows who is everybody. The best thing would be to put pictures or something like that. It's not that urgent, but probably if you don't do it now, you will forget it. So that's why I'm saying it right now. Okay. Project summary and priorities. We also put 2 documents here that you can use and copy all throughout the project. It's basic, it's from application, you can find it all here. Dissemination and impact is also constructed the way it should be from the application. Here is some basic information, dissemination and use of results. Impact will be the way I see impact is the concrete results, the communication with the Ministry of Education or something like that, and the after effects.
Impact is something that we can measure already after we did something, what we noticed that changed.
Okay. So will it be?
How much of the application is promised impact or expected impact? But what we have to build in this part of impact should be measurable impact. What we promised in our project application and what we actually managed to achieve.
Okay.
That should be impact in this area.
our
Okay.
results.
Okay.
Not, with wishes, but
Okay.
the realization and what we really achieved in area.
Okay. We can talk about maybe adding some subfolders so it could be more clear. Dissemination and use of results. I don't have to say it one more time. I think you already got it. It's important.
So they can see subfolders.
I don't think they're
Materials,
for the
Meetings. If you're going to meet your municipality, you can video conference, or pay photos, or pay video, need to be paid,
team members, meetings, everything. Literally.
website material. Are they going to put what they consider it should be published?
We will-
Collective website.
We will talk about that later. We will talk about that later.
We will talk about
When we come to the website part, we can. Okay. Expenditure. This is expenditure progress reports and travel and subsistence costs. Maybe you should talk about this more. This is just basic document.
when we start to spend, I will see
Yeah.
how much are they.
The one advice. Yeah. The one advice.
So, these are your budget categories and periods. You will see the balance, how much is left. Okay, what you spend. But you have to put it down. This is a kind of preliminary report. And you can correct yourself in a process before the final or the big reports, formal reports. Okay? All your costs you have to declare, like put the scanned version, put it down, and of course change in 5 to 10 minutes. Yes. When you come back to your call, you will scan your tickets, you will scan your bills, and put it down here, and write down.
Also,
And so you can call yourself and I can see what I should do. Not that I want to control your work, but see if you are doing something wrong. Okay, now, yes, originals must come to Croatia at certain time. So probably in the next presidential meeting, when we meet again, you are all to be between the originals. In the meantime, put the scanned version here. Just collect the originals. Not to send them your name, because you will be sending them out. Spending money on the course versions. Yeah? Just put the scanned versions here, and when we meet again, we will bring it here.
and one thing that is pretty useful advice is that national agencies tend to, so we've heard, tend to check out the travel costs. It's the one thing that, because the plane tickets and how many people went to meetings, there's been situations in some projects, they probably noticed some pattern that people like to twist things a bit in that part. So this part is important. From gas stations, the tickets, train station. For example, if you came to Croatia by bus, let's say, how did you come from a bus to your hotel? Did you use a cab? If Jelena come to pick you up, you have to have it on paper that she came to pick you up and she has to sign it. It's that bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Costs, Jan told yesterday one situation. If they're going to spend something, do they need to spend it in cash, or they can put it on a credit card, charge on credit card?
I think it's normal.
Yes, it was because I wanted to book a hotel, and they told me, like in the Czech Republic, that I couldn't pay by my personal credit card, and I had to pay in cash. So is this
I think we have to talk to Esna about this.
We will.
Yeah, she has the most experience. I know that we used it, but we are a company. So it's different, you know, it's this represents our costs and
If you get an invoice of the money spent, isn't it the same?
I would say so, but our principal is crazy about that, and she like.
Yeah, it's because in our country we have a sort of problem with it, but we can, like in our country when they refinance it, they can give me cash and then I can pay whatever I want.
Yeah, in cash.
No, I usually put it into my account.
Okay, so
they are receiving cash and I pay online.
But I can't do it. I wasn't allowed to do it.
Okay.
So that's just was.
We'll check that with Western.
Did we in our previous project,
Yes.
we could pay by cash or by card, and you get invoice, so that is.
It makes sense to me, but
For us, of course.
But we will check on
Okay.
that
Željko.
definitely.
Okay, can I ask so because I came by car and now when I come home, I fill up the bank again. So I will get the receipt from the fuel with the date of tomorrow. Is it okay? Because for me,
Okay, yes, you had some gas.
yes, because I have a green bank.
Yes, you spent your bank and now you realize that should be okay.
I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
Okay, she came by car.
Yeah.
And she already had some gas in
Yeah.
the car. Now she's going to buy new gas.
Yeah.
And the date on the receipt will be date of tomorrow.
Yeah,
It should be okay.
yeah, I think, yeah, it's logical.
She has to log the exact miles she made.
Okay.
You have to
That's true, yeah.
Yes, wait a lot.
Stay before the trip,
yes,
and then after the trip, you know, you have to write down every possible number. Like
Detail.
an accumulator or
in
something.
our country we have, when I was like working for lottery, I had a form in which I wrote the kilometers, how much my car, or what consumption has my car, and then
Okay.
I was.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that would be
When you
great.
will be going on a field trip within your country, you should make that law. Okay, if you are going to the car, for example, and you put it in a project management cost. As a cost of your project, of your trip around. Okay.
Just think about the perspective, what could they ask us that we wouldn't have an answer to? Like that example, when Vesna was on some project and and the project coordinator came to pick them up with his car. And they didn't have any evidence that they didn't take a cab or anything else. So it was like, were you even there? Or did you just stay at some hotel? Or where were you going? What were you doing? So just think about everything that they could ask and that you would be just basil, you know, you would be surprised about even the questions they ask, but always write everything down. Ask Jelena every time you meet. Okay, we were. Yeah, just give me a signature that we were here. Give me a signature that we were, I don't know, walking around the town. It doesn't matter. But just everything, you have to document everything. And then we're just fine. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is the travel cost template. This is the basic one. And it's made by Vesna, if I'm not wrong, by the template. Or enlarge, I think I should see. Now it's the whole, but okay, I can do, we can go through. Okay, this is just the names of the meetings, so we can go to from left to right. Name of the person traveling, purpose and destination. Okay, znači team member, the purpose, and the destination that you where was the cost made. So, for example, gas station or anything else, or a restaurant. Type of invoice, you see examples here. Invoice, this is usually where Vesna puts a link to a scanned document on her drive. So it's you can use your own, you know, or you can make a link to a document inside the Google Drive where you put the scan of that specific invoice. Additional details, for example, if you're paying with a card, then you get this additional bill, you know, so this is the place where you can attach it. Invoice number, this is amount in national currency, because if you're traveling to Slovenia, it will be, okay, it's euro, but you come to Croatia, then you have Croatian kunas, and this is the original from your receipt, and this is amount in euros, and this is the ratio. Yeah, thank you. So you write everything here. Just not to lose you, we were Croatia, okay. We were in expenditure, okay. So this is where the costs are. Intellectual outputs, we already been here. Learning, teaching, training activities. Jelena, this is more your area, yes. So I'm not going to talk about it, not to say something wrong. Meetings. This is the, okay, LA, learning activities. Okay, you have two of them. Or, okay, it's, if I saw right, it's in Praha, it's campus, but it's 2 times. Or is it just? It's just one. It's just one?
10 days.
Oh, 10 days. That's why okay. So this is the May of 2017, yeah. This is the steering committee meetings that will, okay, this was the setup that we were talking about earlier with Jelena on our first meeting. 6 months into the project, 1 year into the project, 18 months and 24 months, but as if Jelena feels the need, or if all of you feel the need to have it sooner, or to change the dates, or the...
I'm not sure if you're allowed to change the dates. Oh, you're talking about Skype meetings?
Yeah, steering committees. So.
Okay, let's sit down.
TNPM is a short for transnational project meetings. Okay, so we have 3 of them here. Zagreb kickoff meeting. This is the place where we put all the documents for you. Okay, our agenda is here, instructions, tram services, restaurant map, Zagreb food guide, and all of this will also... Yeah, so you can put your presentation, we will put your presentation in each of your folders, because we don't have to put everybody's into everybody folder. You will have your presentation in your country's folder this time. Next time you will do it by yourself, okay? But you can also view all the other countries' presentations if you go into their folders. And all of this we will also use for dissemination. So just think about it. We are just piling it up. Video conferences, material, of course. Reports. I also took it from the project application. Annual reports, monthly reports, and final reports. General info, Jelena will probably put some of instructions here on each of these separate categories. And timesheets, the most fun part that you will just get into, and I'm not going to talk to you about it because I don't want you to go, I know this is a lot, I already said this is a lot for the beginning, but with time you will get around it like a rock star. Don't even think that you wouldn't. Just a few basic steps to do anything here. With the right click is, okay, this is all in Croatian. I didn't expect that. But when you click the right click, you will have upload, you will have download the document. So it's like you're using Windows. It's pretty basic. It's intuitive. And if you have any questions and any difficulties, you can call us, you can Skype call us, you can write to us, and we will do step-by-step. We will do step-by-step instructions, okay? The basic instructions that we already sent you are also in your general info folder. If I'm not wrong, you can use them. But as I said, any problem at all, just write to us or call us or anything. So not to go even deeper in this, I mean, do you have any questions right now that in this whole mess? No? You don't feel pretty sure about it?
You will have to open it for a start.
Yeah.
Open your computer. Yes, and start all the long research. Yes,
okay.
For example, I've seen all the presentations, Italy's presentations, Croatia's presentation, and so on. Yes, I haven't understood how to upload everything. Anyway, I will.
Okay, you will just, don't worry, when you're in your own folder, you will just go to the, for example, now for this meeting, you will go to meetings, transnational project meetings, Zagreb kickoff meeting.
You will find
the
presentation here. And no.
Yeah, now.
Yes. Yes.
On the right click of a mouse, you will have an upload. Maybe if you have it in Italian, then it will be in Italian. But it will just write upload. And the simplest way to do it is to just move it, exactly. We just take, for example, this. Okay? With the left click of a mouse, I just took it from my desktop and I dragged it here. And I just let it go and.
No, I was wondering about scanning all the documents and then uploading them.
Yeah.
Just select PDF and put the PDF, yes.
Yeah. Okay. If it's for example, if you have a lot of pictures that you want to put together, the simplest way to do it is to just paste them all into Word document, and then when you're going to save Word document, go to Save As and choose PDF, and you're done. You're just okay. So this is taking a lot. I don't know why. But the document will usually show up here pretty fast. This is because it's school internet, I guess. Okay, back to the presentation. As you already see, we made, okay, I can stand up now for a bit. As you already saw, we made a logotype. Our main IT support, Marco, give a few examples that maybe could be cute to Jelena and also related to the project and to its activities. And this is the last version that we made. All the logotypes you also have already in your Google Drive folder. So, sorry, ladies, this.
I just wanted, or I needed to explain her.
Okay. So this is logotype, and the logo, as we already said in the beginning, this logotype of being funded by Erasmus, yeah,
and flag is national flag.
Yeah.
Okay, on your publications you can do it with other countries' flags.
Yeah.
Okay, their logo, every client's logo.
but flags are not required. But the small logo, where, yeah, the one that says that we're funded by Erasmus Plus program, and this one has to be on every document you write.
Memo.
Memo also. On every memo has to also be the document, the project's number.
Yeah.
Always, always and again. This is this was what we were just talking about, okay? These three logotypes are most important. We also set up a web page already. There is also an official web page that you, Jelena, clicked today on the European. The European page, the general project info web page. Yeah, so that's one part, but we also made the project website. Marco, our tech support, made most of it. We didn't really still fill it in with all the content, but we will do it as...
We still have to work on the design.
Yeah, it's because this is just something that he put up just to
Fill the gap.
yeah. Okay, but it looks like this. We have home, partners, dissemination, meetings about, contact search, and Jelena, you also said we will have products, exactly. News will be here, latest articles, most read articles, contact, and so on. The thing that you have to remember about this is that we made this website in a way that you can all have your own website for your own country. So the folder that we were talking about earlier in our Google Drive, named website material, there you can upload an article in your native language, and we will just send us an email, of course, so that we notice it, and we will upload it on this page. And when you go to, now we have only Croatian and English because we don't have any material on your language, and we will choose Czech or Slovakian or Italian, so that we did it because students are prone to using a website and Facebooks. So if your student really is interested in this project and he goes to project's website, it's nice to have it in their native language. Teachers also, interested public also. So it's English is the language that we are going to use most, but since, I don't know, it seems fair that everybody has their own. So, and most of the people, when people write something, they usually have a sketch in their head on their native language, or you already write it on your native language and then you translate it. So you can do it, but you don't have to do it. It's all up to you. If it seems like a lot of work, you don't have to have it in your own language. English version will be the official version, and that's it. Okay? Because we don't know Italian or Slovakian, you know, and all of these things, home, partners, dissemination, meetings, about, you have to translate it all. All the content that we will put, that we will upload on this page will also need to be translated to your own language. So just think about it, and maybe we can come to, I don't know, to a decision together. If we all agree that it's not necessary to have it in all languages, then we don't have to do it. Okay? It can be just in English and probably in Croatian, because we have 3 countries and our agency is the one responsible for our activities. So I hope you like it. If nothing else, it's... Yeah. It's still basic. We just put a few things up. Okay. The next thing we did is a Facebook page, a must-have today. Yeah. Facebook page is also...
I don't have Facebook because I must reading something else. I don't want Facebook.
Well, it still is a must-have.
Yeah.
So you don't have it?
But this is only for dissemination, so
Yeah.
we must have it.
So we can add all of you, and you can you will get an administration. Help me, ovlasti. Rights. Okay, administration rights. So you can also upload content or news or anything you like on this page. I was discussing it with Vesna. She wasn't really thrilled about it. She thinks that we should keep this both in Croatian and any other language. I believe that it should be only in English. But I don't know. We can talk about it more.
Just an English, just one language.
It is a formal language of project.
Yeah, it could end up messy if we all start. Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe you, Jelena, you and Vesna can maybe talk about it more. Maybe have a group decision. It's not that important. After all, the activities and the outputs are the most important part. But of course, when everything we do is checked, it's also checked here. Because if you put up a Facebook page and don't put anything you do up on it for 2 years, it's weird. You're inactive and you're not opravdavaš. Justifying, thank you. You're not justifying the things, your working hours that you're putting into this project, because it seems like you're doing nothing. I know I'm scaring you a bit, but it's better this way so that we know where we are, what you need to do, and everything will get really easy with time. Video materials from the meetings being held. As an example, here I put our past conference, from the closing conference from our last project. As you can see, Željko was behind the camera all day, and we will have everything recorded so that, I don't know, that's the basic, the utmost proof that we really work hard and that we do what we do. And in the end, you can always put up some video, just like a slides of presentation, just from all the things that we did. And it's always, yeah, it's always good to hear what Jelena said today, or, you know, it's useful, just as a reminder, if nothing else. Dissemination channels and materials are Penguin, as it is called in Croatia. This, what we did.
You can do the same one in your country.
Yeah.
Or you can find some other type of material would be more useful for dissemination. Because in your contracts there is an article saying that you are obliged to spend some money. I'm not saying how much, but a small amount of money to produce something. Dissemination purposes. This costs 300 crores, which is in euros 40 euros. Yeah. Okay, so it's not that big investment, and it has an effect. It is big enough, everyone can take a picture. Wherever you go, you just put it and you go around. Okay, so do something. Something. You don't have to spend all your money, but you do a little bit.
And the cheaper ways to do dissemination is through these flyers and online newsletters that we're going to do. And once again, disseminate, disseminate, disseminate. Take photos, do materials. If you get an inspiration, we will, of course, do projects, group flyers and brochures, so you have more time to do your intellectual work. Of course, we are here to support communication and IT and dissemination for the most part. And this is finally it. This is a symbolic, it's a symbolic picture, because some things might look scary, and maybe you would, if you saw this, you would be scared that you'd fall down and just hit your head to a rock or something like this, but take it step by step. That's the point of the story. Step by step, and you'll cross over and you'll feel great. And I think that we're going to do it together, and it will be great. Thank you.
Thank you.